Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Jacqui Van Ham, your girl in the know for all things motorcycle. Welcome to your Fun Fact Friday. It's been a hot minute since we've done one of these shows. So welcome back everybody. Welcome back to the show. For all of our overseas viewers, as always, hola, konnichiwa, guten tag, bonjour, and buongiorno. And thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Happy Friday. It is a Friday the 13th. It is a who knows what's going to happen today? It's 2020. It's been the year of who knows what the hell's going on. So goodness only knows what's going to happen for today. But I wish all of you well and fingers crossed. And it's Friday the 13th. Who knows what's going to happen? The last Friday the 13th, if I remember correctly, was back in March, which was right around Daytona Bike Week time. And that was definitely like when COVID all came smashing down here in the United States and the cheese slid all the way off the cracker, as we say down here in the South. So so who knows what could happen this weekend or today. But anyway, for today's show, I was digging through the interwebs a little bit, like I do when I do my research about these programs, and I saw a really kind of interesting statistic and a brand, and I thought that we would talk about it a little bit today. And that is the statistic is the very, very successful sales that a motorcycle company called Jawa are having right now. So I know perhaps part of you that are watching the show are like, what the hell is a Jawa? What is going on over here? Well, so that I figured I would dig a little bit deeper and we'd do a little bit of a Fun Fact Friday show talking about the history of this iconic brand and what's going on with them today and all that kind of good stuff. So thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I can see your comments as we get going on along, so feel free to peek in and say, hey, Willina, what's going on out there? Jeff Burton, thank you for tuning in, one of our regular watchers. And feel free to peek in the comments and come say, hey, as always, thanks for clicking, liking, and sharing. You got to share these videos with all of your pages and all of your motorcycle groups out here on the interwebs. I also have been better, not good, but better about moving all these videos over to YouTube. So if that's your platform of choice, feel free to click over there to the Choppertown page. And I have an all things motorcycle category over there. You can click on it and it's all most of my shows that I've been doing for the past forever now, but feel free to go check them out. So let's get started with today's program. So the first slide on your screen is a beautiful, beautiful Jawa from Jawa CZ Moto, their Instagram page. This is the OG Jawa company, not to be confused with a current new co-branded. They bought the rights to a company that is running right now, and we'll get to all that stuff in just one second. So first things first, from a company called Motor Biscuit, they did a really nice write-up over there. So I'm just going to go ahead and read this to you guys. In the U.S., Indian Motorcycle and Harley-Davidson understandably dominate motorcycle culture. But even today, as the Hayabusa's situation demonstrates, the industry is strongly linked to Europe. And just like in the States, not every European nameplate enjoys widespread recognition. For every Ducati and BMW, there's a Soriano and a Condor and a Jawa. Though, as Royal Enfield has shown, a faded star can rise again. And that seems to be happening with the Jawa motorcycle brand. Like the similarly obscure Tatra, which is an absolutely brilliant Czechoslovakian designed car in the Wayback Machine, go Google it up, it's absolutely spectacular. Jawa is a Czechoslovakian company. Bonhams reports it was founded in 1929 by one František Janeček using plans purchased from the German Wanderer brand. That's where the Jawa comes from. Ja from Janeček and Va, or W-A in English, or at least American English, W-A from Wanderer or Wanderer, so Jawa. The slide on your screen is a very beautiful, rare Jawa 250. Pre-World War II, Jawa's most successful motorcycle was the 175cc two-stroke 175. And even after World War II, the company's affordable two-stroke bikes were extremely popular. By 1976, Jawa had sold 200 million bikes. My father, the author's father, not my father, but my father grew up in Poland during the time of communism, and he confirms that Jawa motorcycles were some of the most durable and dependable bikes available at the time. The bike on your screen is an absolute screamer ice racing machine. In the 1950s and 1960s, Jawa began acquiring other motorcycle brands, such as CZ and Esso. It also started competing both in speedway, which is kind of the European version of American flat track racing, and ice racing. Like I said, the bike on your screen is an absolute screamer ice racer. And isn't that just absolutely stunning? Just a beautiful, beautiful bike. You can tell, of course, by the big full fenders on this machine, because those tires, if you look really close, are super duper studded with very long, very, very sharp spikes for ice racing. The Java 500 dual overhead cam model, Cylindrome reports, was one of the most successful 1970s racing bikes. It weighed less than 190 pounds, but its 494cc single cylinder developed 60 to 65 horsepower. One of the most successful speedway racers, Ivan Mauger, won several world championships on a Java bike. And that's some shots of that type of racing. So again, that speedway racing for my American viewers is the kind of European equivalent of flat track racing, except it's got no brakes on it. A little bit different, right? So much like Ural and BMW, Java offered sidecar-equipped motorcycles. One of the most popular was the Java 350, powered by a 343cc two-cylinder two-stroke, making 25 horsepower. That engine also powered the Velorex 16/350, which is a vinyl-covered three-wheeled Czech microcar. The two-stroke Java 350 has been so popular that it's still in production today. And alongside it, Java makes several four-stroke 350 overhead cam bikes. However, the Java name appears on more new bikes than that. There are two Java motorcycle companies currently doing business. One, Java Moto, is based in the Czech Republic still, but the Czech-based company also licenses its name to a company based in India, owned by the huge company Mahindra. That's the same Mahindra which got into a little bit of legal trouble with Jeep over the Roxor UTV. So the Roxor, owned by or put out by Mahindra, is that very cool four-wheel UTV, but it looks like a little itty-bitty squash Jeep, and I think it is just super dope and super rad, and I absolutely love it. Anyway, that's called the Rockstar. And rather confusingly, both the Czech and the Indian-owned Java bikes are sold in the Czech Republic. So this is showing you one of the beautiful Javas that comes with, that has the trailer attachment to it. Just an absolute stunner, just beautiful, beautiful bikes. Similar to Royal Enfield, Java's Indian-built motorcycles focus heavily on a retro design, albeit with modern tech. So this is also just showing another neat speedway racer. Both the Java 300 Classic and a new bike called the 42 use a fuel-injected single-cylinder engine rated at 27 horsepower. They also have a front disc brake and a rear drum. There's also the bobber-style Perak, and Java is developing an electric bike that could offer 125 to 155 miles of range. That's all new news from the new Java, that the parent company is Mahindra in India. So kind of neat. As of this writing, neither the new Czech or Indian Java motorcycles are available in the US. However, the brand could expand here shortly, and I'm going to get to that in just one second. If it did, its bikes would be similarly affordable. In India, the Java 300 Classic costs the equivalent of $2,200. Classic Java motorcycles are a bit pricier. A trailer-equipped 166/350 sold on Bring a Trailer sold in June of 2020 for $7,100. Some of the Czech brand's motocross bikes are cheaper, and the ice racing and speedway motorcycles are also fairly collectible due to heritage and rarity. Mauger's own 1977 bike sold at a 2017 Bonhams auction for over $22,000, and that's the bike right now on your screen. So that's a little bit of news from the previous back in the day Java, and a little bit of news of the new Java. So now let's talk about why we're discussing Java brand today. And that is because just this past week it was released. Java released the numbers for their new upstart owned by Mahindra, sold 50,000 units in 2020 or 2019. Let's get to that article. Let's take a gander. Java sold 50,000 bikes in India over the past year. Good retro modern moto design is like throwing your favorite Instagram filter over decades of moto history. Ever since Classic Legends, which is the company that is owned by Mahindra, it's just a subsidiary, revived the Java mark in India, people have been enthusiastic about its designs because that's precisely what the company did. Were some customers unhappy for other reasons? They're having some quality control issues. Sure, but they had their aesthetics absolutely dialed in. In November 2020, Classic Legends proudly announced that it sold 50,000 Java motorcycles over the past 12 months. So that's 2020 and 2019. That's all the time that has elapsed since the brand's revival. While Java endured some production woes, as well as the same global pandemic everyone else is living through, it's still a hell of an accomplishment. As the newest entrant in the Indian motorcycle market, we are proud of what we've achieved in such a short duration. As a relatively recent startup, Classic Legends has readied a full-scale production facility to support the 3 models that we introduced as a part of the resurrection of the Java brand, set up an unparalleled and widespread sales network, and have ramped up all our operations constantly to meet customer demands. Furthermore, given the current specific challenges Java weathered while reaching this first 50,000 sales milestone, he anticipates that the next 50,000 should come much more quickly. All that remains to be seen, of course. While the original Java name is remembered fondly by plenty of motorcycle enthusiasts all over the world, it's not clear how many are itching to get their hands on the modern iterations. As usual, only time will tell. But all that being said, this beautiful bike on your screen is part of the new Motorcycle Legends or Classic Legends brand from Mahindra. That bike, and then this beautiful black bobber, which is the Pirak, I believe is what this guy is called. Let me see if I can find it on here. Yeah, the Pirak. Java is currently working on expansion into Europe. So with that bike, with this bike, both great retro-styled, relatively affordable machines getting ready to launch in Europe, well, what the hell does that mean for us? I'll tell you what the hell that means for us. So I think that there is really, really good opportunity here for this bike to end up ending up. That's kind of a tongue twister. To ending up here in the United States. They've definitely proven that these machines do sell. They've proven that there is a demand for these bikes. So Europe is the next toe in the water for this machine. Although I think that they've also are going to be expanding much wider into Europe. So we're all going to have to kind of wait and see. But this comes also with the news this past week of the company Royal Enfield also launching its 350cc, which is the same neck of the woods CC-wise as these great looking little Javas. They are going to bring that bike into the US market. That bike is called the Meteor. They just launched it, as it were, over in Europe within the past couple of weeks. I've seen that press release floating around, but they also just doubled down and said that that bike will definitely be coming to the US. So this makes me very curious, because the point of this Java bike, the whole entire point of this beautiful machine being scooped up and relaunched by Mahindra, is to absolutely go head to head with Royal Enfield. And they threw down the gauntlet in India and sold 50,000 machines in the past 12 months. So I wonder if, much like Royal Enfield, who is making their inroads into the North American market, I wonder if Java is not going to be far behind. It is absolutely beautiful. Another great, the bike is called they've got this beautiful bobber. They've got a couple of other very, very classic retro styled bikes. The minute they were launched on the internet, maybe like a year, it must be a year because the article just said 12 months, but a year and some change ago, when I first started talking about it on the show, I thought these were absolutely stunning, and they just burnt down the internet. People could not wait to get their hands on these beautiful little bikes. Again, there might be a little bit of quality control issues, but that comes with having a $2,000 price tag. It's not going to be totally perfect. No $2,000 brand new bike is. That's just the name of the game. It's gonna have a couple little hiccups. It's gonna need a little bit of work. So we'll see what happens. But I thought that was really interesting news, and again, a chance for us to talk about a brand that you may or may not be familiar with, which is the very, very cool Czechoslovakian brand Java, and its new incarnation from the folks at Mahindra. What did you guys think about that for today's show? Kind of some interesting stuff going on. Some positive news. Bike sales globally are up all over the place. Bike sales have been through the roof. Pandemic or no, Everybody was terrified once March hit, but I'm telling you what, they have sprung back with a vengeance. Motorcycles are the perfect way to get outside, to recreate, to have fun, but still be safe, because you literally have a helmet and gloves on, right? You couldn't be any safer if you tried. So I think that the motorcycle sales going through the roof is absolutely wonderful globally. Welcome to all of the new viewers of this program, as well as all of the new motorcyclists out there. We welcome you. Welcome to our family. Welcome to our great, big, huge, kick-ass global family out here on two wheels. So thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. I hope you enjoyed today's program. Don't forget to click, like, and share this show with all of your friends that love learning about kick-ass motorcycles and kick-ass news. I'll be back next week. I'm home the next couple of weeks. I am working on getting like all of my winter projects to where they need to be in one place that's hopefully indoors. And hopefully indoors, or I'm going to try knocking them out as fast as I can before it gets way, way, way colder and way, way, way rainier here in Kentucky. All that being said, I'm also shopping for a welder. If I have any welders that watch the program, I'm a little bit torn between getting into stick welding or flux. I don't quite know which machine to buy because I've got some heavy duty welding I need to do, but I also kind of want to weld body work on my vehicles. So I'm a little bit torn. I can't quite decide. So let me know in the comments if I've got any welding buddies. Let me know what you're welding with, and let me know what I should be keeping an eye out for. But thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I hope you have a great day no matter where you are out there in the world, and I will see you on Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Thank you to my show partner out here, Vroom Retract Vac. Vroom your room. It totally sucks, and it's supposed to. TwoStrokeTees.com, the shirt I am wearing today. Go ahead and click it, buy it, do it. It's free shipping in the lower US. Choppertown Nation, I couldn't do the show without you guys tuning in, clicking, liking, and sharing all of these videos. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next Wednesday. Give me a follow over on the Instagrams. It all goes down in the stories.